Hey everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of Clandestine Cabal. I'm Ben.
I'm Jason.
We've been gone for a couple weeks, so we've got a lot of ground to make up. But I'm going to go ahead and get things started with this issue right here, Saucer Country #1 by Paul Cornell. It's one of, I think, 4 new Vertigo books that started that week.
Started a month.
Huh?
There was a different one every week for a month.
Oh, that's right. It was that. You're right. It was this past month. But I really like Paul Cornell. I've been trying to power through Doctor Who recently, and I really love his episodes on that. And I like Demon Knights a lot so far, so I knew I was going to go ahead and pick up this issue because it's about aliens. Like, why wouldn't I pick that up? And I have to say, there's a lot I really like about this issue. It's got a female lead, which is always really cool. It's got a lot of stuff to say about American politics, which is interesting from a Brit, because that can get it's nice to have like an outside perspective on that. And probably my favorite thing about the book is it reminds me a lot of the original movie The Wolfman. And for those of you who haven't seen it, the original, not the Benicio del Toro crap, the original. What's so great about it is they kind of used the not having great special effects back then to their advantage, in that you didn't know if the Wolfman, the guy that was the Wolfman, if he was actually transforming into a Wolfman or if he was just crazy. And that's something that's really pivotal in this story, and it really keeps you guessing. So yeah, I really like it and can't wait to see where it goes. And Paul Cornell said on his Twitter feed that there aren't going to be any answers to that question for a while. So I'm really looking forward to see what's coming up.
Yeah, this was a totally fun book. I'm as much a fan of Paul Cornell as Ben here. Well, I don't know, you've read his short fiction too.
Some of it. I haven't read all of it yet.
But yeah, I love his Doctor Who episodes. He's a very, very great writer, and the art in this issue blends very well together. And I would say, if you're a fan of the X-Files, definitely pick this up, because it's pretty much tells the story of a woman who's running for president, but she also believes that she was abducted by aliens. And just piggyback on what he was saying, you don't know if she's crazy or if it's true. You like to think it was true, otherwise it'd be kind of a crappy book. But
yeah, the truth.
It's out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's not true, then the other truth is something that I don't think either of us would want to deal with.
But it's your basic introduction to all the characters, and it's really cool how they're introduced. Pretty unique way, and I like them all so far. So I'm definitely looking forward to more Saucer Country.
Sweet.
All right, we're gonna move on to Journey into Mystery, number 635, written by Kieran Gillen with art by Richard Elson. And as you know, this book used to be the Thor book until Fear Itself, when it was turned into Journey into Mystery, focusing on the adventures of a newly resurrected but also teeny tiny Loki. And this comic, recently they found out that a demon called Nightmare is taking the fear that's left over from everybody's Fear Itself encounters and kind of harnessing it to make a crown of fear, to make him the Fear King. And it's a really cool team up between Loki and Damian Hellstrom, who is a very interesting character who's been in a lot of Marvel comics lately.
Yeah, he's kind of made a renaissance.
But yeah, and I always liked him, and he works perfectly with this story. And I think the best part, Kieran Gillen's writing is incredible, because this almost doesn't even read like a comic. It reads like a novel. And he's got wonderful prose. It takes a little bit longer to read than most comics, but it's worth it. And he's turned Loki into one of my favorite Marvel Universe characters. I especially love, because obviously he's still Loki, so he's still trying to further his own means and goals and agendas, but he also is completely different. He adores his brother Thor and tries to do the right thing, but it also kind of oh, how's it going to benefit me? So, brilliant characterization, and the art just adds to the mystic nature of the book. So, definitely look into Journey into Mystery.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add to that because I completely agree with everything you said. When I first heard that Matt Fraction was going to take over Thor, I was not upset, but I was very sad because I love Kieran Gillen's writing in the Thor. Well, I like all his writing, but I really thought that he kind of hit the nail on the head with the way that the story should be written in like the Thor universe. So I was kind of sad that he was leaving, but then I found out he was going on a Journey into Mystery, and what a great job he's done with that book. Everything you said about Loki, they've just done such a great job with his character and how he's like this little kid and he has this like older brother idolization with Thor, and he kind of acts like a little kid, but he wants to be. It's like he's getting kind of another chance to be the person that he really wants to be, but he's still kind of that old Loki deep down. But he knows that that's what he can become, and he wants to be more. And it's really, I think a lot of people can identify with that. So it's just a really good character.
Also, one last note: this book is fucking hilarious. Like some of even the recap pages, they're not your usual Marvel recap pages. They're usually like a character telling what's happened in the story so far from their point of view. Sometimes they don't even care what's going on in the story. Sometimes they're just like, oh, hi, I'm not really featured that much in this story, but this is me. And I mean, yeah, there's some stuff going on with Loki, but this is all about me. And I mean, just like Loki has a wonderful sense of humor. You get all this ridiculous hilarity from completely unexpected sources.
Yeah, definitely one of the best Marvel books right now.
Oh yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Pick it up, Journey into Mystery.
Okay, and then our last book for this issue is Saga #1 by Brian K. Vaughan with art by Fiona Staples. I don't even know. Well, I've only read some Brian K. Vaughan stuff in the past, which I really liked. I just haven't sat down and gone through all of it, which I know is blasphemous. And he's written some episodes of Lost, which I really like Lost.
I was forgetting to do that.
And he helped create The Runaways, which I love The Runaways.
This is his first big thing, though, in the past couple of years.
Ex Machina, yeah.
So this is like his first comic in a while.
And kind of all the comic book writers that we kind of revere, like Scott Snyder and Jonathan Hickman and Nick Spencer and like all those people, they like the way we look at them, they kind of look at Brian K. Vaughan that way. So they were all like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for Saga #1," complete fanboys, and I was like, I understand. So this is just to see like a true master. This is like the best #1 issue I've ever read. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And it reminds me a lot of Frank Herbert's Dune. Not that much plot-wise, but just in the fact that there's this... you get the sensation that there's this complete universe that's right there in front of you from like the get-go. And there's not... like there's more to learn about it, but you feel like he already knows exactly where it's going and exactly who everyone is to like the tiniest minutia. And then the art I'm going to speak really quickly about is phenomenal. I think I'm in love with you, Fiona Staples. I've been reading Dark Horse Presents recently because it's doing like a prequel story to the new comic The Massive that's coming out this summer, and I found out that the last part of that Fiona Staples did like a variant cover, and I went to 3 different comic book stores to find the Fiona Staples variant.
Nerd.
Yeah, Fiona Staples, and I read like the little thing in the back where apparently her catchphrase is "You can't have comics without Staples," and I tend to agree with you. So yeah, just a phenomenal book. It's $2.99. What? $2.99 brilliance from cover to cover, no ads, just incredible.
And it's also larger than a normal $2.99 comic, so definitely best bang for your buck in a really long time from comics. And I guess I just want to say quickly, I very much enjoyed the book. If you could sum it up in a couple words, it'd be sci-fi Romeo and Juliet. But the thing is, there's so much more to it. Mm-hmm. It's not even comic books anymore.
Star Wars,
this is a work of art. I don't think I've ever been impressed by a comic more than from the get-go than with this. And it's just getting started. It's so beautiful. The choice of narrator was awesome.
Yeah,
it's just one of my favorite books, and now definitely something that I'm going to look forward to every single month.
Definitely put it on your hold list if you have one.
Yeah,
and if you don't have one, get one and put it on.
And it's probably sold out now, but there'll definitely be second printings coming out.
April 11th. Second printing, same day that the second issue comes out.
Look at that. And if you also are interested in finding out more about Brian K. Vaughan, his two big works are Why the Last Man
and Ex Machina.
And
you can always check out Runaways 2, which I highly recommend.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that does it for this week. Basically, buy that book.
Yeah, all the other books are really good too, and we want you to buy those. But
if we can't stress this enough, more than any other comic book that we've ever reviewed, buy it. And so that's about it for us. We are also going to film 2 more episodes for you guys, so make sure you check those out too. Hopefully they're in our related videos and not the
Swamp
Thing. That's a whole other story. So maybe we'll talk about it on Twitter. And if you like what you see here, like our page on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, the Twitter feed run by Senior Ben here, and we will see you guys in just a couple minutes with another episode.